Keeping Ohio warm on these cold winter days, honoring one of Ohio's presidents. And what does that building have to do with the Super Bowl? Find out in the Senate report. Many of us have fond memories of playing outside in the snow as kids and then being called inside for a nice warm bowl of soup. Well, most likely that soup came from right here in Ohio. State Senator Cliff Hite toured the Campbell Soup Company facility in Napoleon this week. That plant employs about 2,000 Ohioans. Senator Hite took a tour of the facility and also a new solar facility that powers the plant, which makes quite a lot of soup.
Not only do they help supply food for so many people globally and locally, but they also use local growers' supplies, celery and carrots and tomatoes and things like that. But they're also very engaged in green energy. They've got a huge, gigantic solar operation here that helps supply them a lot of their electricity. And this is a very forward-thinking operation.
The Ohio Senate wore red this week to honor one of Ohio's presidents. William McKinley, who was from Canton, was governor of Ohio before becoming president of the United States in 1897. He was well known for wearing a red carnation on his lapel. So senators wore red on January 29th to honor President McKinley's birthday.
The red carnation was his favorite flower. He often wore one on his lapel, as well as handing them out to White House visitors. And the fact that that red carnation that he always wore on his lapel is very significant. The red carnation, of course, being our state flower.
State Senator Bill Beagle was the primary sponsor of the Senate's primary piece of legislation in this General Assembly, Senate Bill 1, which is the Ohio Means Jobs Workforce Development Revolving Loan Fund. He talked about it when he joined us for this week's caucus conversation. Here's a preview.
This is an innovative program, and it is taking some time to put together all the rules, and we're anxious to see what the demand is. We understand there's a lot of pent-up demand from folks whose students can't access Pell Grants and can't access traditional funding. And so they are lining up, and so we're kind of anxious to see how quickly those dollars are going to be deployed.
You can see that full interview on our YouTube channel beginning Wednesday, February 5th. The Associated Press held an annual meeting this week for its membership of reporters from around the state, people who typically don't cover the State House. Senate President Keith Faber, Speaker of the House William Batchelder, and members of the minority caucuses spent some time talking about some of the important pieces of legislation they're working on this year.
I think it's important that everyone have an understanding of the issues, and certainly the local reporters, the local media have concerns that are different than the inside the Beltway, Ohio Columbus reporting crew. But specifically, one of the issues that came up was drug addiction, and that's something that's very important in our local communities. Finally
this week, it's Super Bowl weekend in New York City, but it might not have happened had it not been for Columbus. Now, everybody knows that the National Football League, or at least the professional football, was founded in Canton, Ohio. What you might not know is that one of the early commissioners of that league, a guy named Joseph Carr, was from here in Columbus. And so just 2 years after the league was formed, he moved it here to Columbus, to that building, the Hayden Building in downtown just across the street from the State House. It was in that building that a couple of important things happened. First, they officially named themselves the National Football League. Second, they divided into conferences, the AFC and the NFC, from which the winners of those conferences play in the Super Bowl. And oh, by the way, they actually set the rules for that first NFL championship game back in 1933. So while the Browns and the Bengals aren't in the Super Bowl this year, and by the looks of it, they probably won't be there for quite some time, you can rest assured watching the game that it wouldn't be happening if it weren't for Ohio. Well, that's all for this week. As always, you can keep up to date with us every day on our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Ohio Senate GOP, or visit us on our website, ohiosenate.gov/Republicans. Thanks for watching.